everybody? It's Lord Tremendous here. Got another battle report here for you. 2,500 point battle. Lord Tremendous of the Warriors of Chaos, that's me, versus Prince Flem of also the Warriors of Chaos. This is my old opponent, the one with all the trolls and everything like that, and the huge brick of skull crushers. He saw how much the demons tore me up a second ago, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to tear you up now. And I was like, well, bring it on. And he was like, dude. And I was like, sweet. And he was like, dude. And it was so cool. But enough of that. Here's my list, same as before, just different army, or different game. But yep, I have my Demon Prince, Lord Tremendous. He's my general. He's got the Mark Zinch. He's a level 3 wizard. He's got the Chaos Armor, Charm Shield, Dragon Bane Gem, other Trickster Shard, Scaled Skin, Soul Feeder, Unholy Strike, and he uses Lower Metal. My Exalted Hero, for my hero choices anyway, my Exalted Hero is my BSB. He's got the Mark of Zinch. He's got a Chaos D. He's got a Shield, Sword of Might, Dawnstone, and Iron Curse Icon. I have another Exalted Hero, Berserk. He's got the Mark of Corn, Extra Hand Weapon, Dragon Helm, Luckstone, Chalice Chaos, and Poisonous Slime. Last but not least is my new Chaos Sorcerer, Saval, the Mercenary of Chaos. He's got the Mark of Zinch. He's level 2 Wizard. He's on his Demonic Mount, the Pack Hog, Enchanted Shield, Skull of Katam, Talisman of Endurance, and Lore Zinch. My core choices are a unit of 5 Chaos Warriors. I got ahead of myself. Yeah, they're completely naked. I have a unit of 17 Chaos Warriors, Blood Tide, because I just like that name better. They're the Mark of Corn with Halberds, Full Command, and Banner Swiftness. I have 2 Chariots, 1 Mark Zinch, Vessel of Change, and 1 Mark Corn, Rock and Roll. My special choice are a unit of 5 Chaos Knights, the Teeth of Zinch, with Mark Zinch, Full Command, and Sorcerer Weapons, and a Banner of Discipline. And last but not least were my 3 Skull Crushers, Corn's Wrath, with Banner Musician Lances, and the Banner of Eternal Flame. And of course, the one, the only, the Mutalith Vortex. Gotta love the beast. My opponent's list was literally tiny. He had a general, Demon Prince, level 4 wizard, Mark Nurgle, Chaos Armor with Wings, Dragon Helm, other Trickster Shard, Soul Feeder, Scaled Skin, Demon Blade, and Lord Nurgle. His hero choices were a Exalted Hero with the Mark of Corn on a Juggernaut, who was his BSB. I think he had a great weapon, Talisman of Endurance, and the Iron Curse Icon. His last hero choice was a Chaos Sorcerer, a level 2 wizard, on a Chaos Steed with the Familiar, possibly some other stuff I don't remember, and he had the Lore of Death. And of course he had Throg, because without Throg you can't have a troll army. Speaking of which, his core choices were 17 Chaos Trolls. Oh god. 5 Marauder Horsemen with a Musician, Light Armor, Shield, and Throwing Axes. And his rare choices, because he had no special, were 7 Skull Crushers. That's right, there's not a typo there. I didn't misread. 7 Skull Crushers, but Banner Musician and the Razor Standard. And Ensorcelled Weapons. Can't forget about the Ensorcelled Weapons. Yeah, you have not been up against pain until you've run into a Death Star of Skull Crushers. Oh my god! These are my spells, 3 from Metal, 2 from Zinch, and 1 from the Beast. And these are his spells. He didn't have any cards. Well, he didn't have any Nurgle cards because it grew legs months ago, and he hasn't gotten new ones yet. But his Demon Prince had Stream of Corruption, Miasma of Pestilence, Curse of the Leper, and Rancid Visitations. His Chaos Sorcerer had Soul Blight and Fate of Juna, whatever. He laughed himself to death. Here's deployment. Yeah, I got kind of jumbled up here. I don't know what I was thinking about. The 2 Chariots were going to deal with the Marauder Horsemen because they are not fast cav. They're medium cav, so they lost the fast cav rule. Saval's over there because he's not going to get into combat with anything. His job was to try to mess up his his medium cav and maybe do some damage to the trolls. I really hadn't decided yet. The dogs were going to try to redirect so that my flaming attack Skull Crushers could hit the flank of the trolls and maybe do some damage before they turned and puked them to death. Meanwhile, the Mutalith was going to try to lower their stats or do something to the trolls. My Demon Prince, my Knights, and my Warriors were going to try to deal with the Skull Crushers and his BSB, and the Demon Prince of his was going to be dealt with by the first opportunity. Here's my opponent's right flank. There's his brick of Skull Crushers with his BSB attached. There are 4 dice behind him representing 4 more Skull Crushers. He doesn't have them yet, and we don't mind proxies. Right next to them, though, is his Demon Prince of Nurgle. Here's his center. There's a huge brick of trolls with Throg, and a unit of 5 Marauders with his level 2 Chaos Sorcerer attached. Here's my center, Corn Chariot, Zinch Chariot, and Saval on his Pack Hog. And my left flank, from right to left, we've got my Skull Crushers, my Dogs, my Beast, my Demon Prince, my Knights with my BSB installed, and my Chaos Warriors with my Corn Hero installed. So here's top of 1 after movement, and I got to go first! Yay! So I moved up. Obviously no charges because it was turn 1. So yeah, I moved up like a dis, and that was it. Magic didn't do anything, and either did shooting, because shooting is for elves. So we went to bottom of 1, and he moved up not quite as aggressive, but he did move up, and I respect him for that. He did try to charge with his Skull Crushers and his BSB into my Demon Prince and failed, so I'm starting to see a repeat of what happened in my last battle report, and that's always good. And because he knew what I was trying to do with my dogs, he got Rancid Visitations off on them and kills 2 of them. They make their toughness check, which I was very proud of, and survive, and make their break check, so that was even better. The resulting miscast 8 does put an extra wound on his Demon Prince, so that was cool. Here's top of 2 after movement, and both my chariots charged the Marauder Horseman with the intent that at least one would hit. He ends up staying, and both hit, which was awesome. Saval runs up his 16 inches to harass the trolls, the dogs run up to redirect the trolls, and my Demon Prince runs up to harass the Skull Crushers. I should have put them, like, a little different, I guess, but I didn't, so sue me. Right here, there's both chariots slamming into the Marauder Horseman with the level 2 Chaos Sorcerer, so I feel pretty good about that. And my magic phase doesn't do anything. I have no shooting, so we go right into combat. And impact hits alone take out all the Marauder Horsemen. I'm able to do, I think, maybe a wound to his caster. I'm not 100% on that. But he is able to get a wound through on my Corn Chariot, which is fine because with combat res, he breaks, the Corn Chariot pursues, and runs him down. So that was pretty nice, actually. Quick, easy, to the point. So here's bottom of 2 after movement. And as you can see, his trolls did charge the dogs who fled. He did not redirect, and the dogs fled, and the trolls caught him. Meanwhile, everything else just kind of moves up slightly. Fastest trolls in the universe. There's a better picture where they ended up after they ran the dogs down. Nothing else happens in his turn because we're just so evenly matched, I guess. So we go to top of 3 after movement, and unfortunately my Skull Crushers fail their frenzy check and have to charge. Well, I'm thinking that running into the trolls, even though they have flaming attacks, I'm going to be able to do a little bit of damage to the trolls, but they're going to be steadfast. They're going to puke like 12 times onto me, and that's exactly 3 more pukes that they need before they kill me. I thought, well, if I charge in, I could kill Throg, why not? But then I saw his Demon Prince in the flank, and I'm like, at strength 6 on the charge, I have an actually pretty good chance of wounding this guy. He's got a 1-up, so he'll have a 4-up, 5-up. I fail those all the time. I know I need 5s to hit him, but there might be a chance here. So, like an idiot, I charge my Skull Crushers into the flank of his Demon Prince. All Demon Princes typically can be reasonably assumed come with either the Dragon Helm or the Dragonbane Gem, and I put the Banner of Eternal Flame on my Skull Crushers. I just basically gave up my Skull Crusher unit into his Demon Prince because I'm an idiot. I couldn't believe I didn't think of that. But it is what it is, and when you're stupid, you go full stupid. So yay me. Meanwhile, my Demon Prince slams into the flank of his Skull Crushers just to hold him in place because my Knights and my Warriors fail their charge trying to get into Skull Crushers, which I understand why the Warriors failed, but the Knights needed an 8, and I'm having a sick feeling of deja vu here, so it is what it is, I guess. Meanwhile, the Mulotha runs around to continue to harass the trolls, while both my Chariots and Saval do the exact same thing. There's a better picture of the Skull Crushers slamming into my Demon Prince because I was too stupid to slam him into the trolls. I should have just went into the trolls. But I didn't, and that's what I get for being dumb. Over here, there's my Demon Prince slamming in here. I'm thinking that my Demon Prince is going to be able to take out his BSB, get those points, and then hold the Skull Crushers there long enough to do some damage to him. However, my Corn Warriors and my Tzeentch Knights don't want to mess with the Skull Crushers at all. They are terrified of the Skull Crushers, which is just outstanding. In order to try to even the odds, I'm able to get Enchanted Blades off on my Skull Crushers, so instead of needing 5s, I need 4s to hit them, so I'm thinking, yay, because it still hasn't occurred to me that I'm not going to be able to wound this guy. Over here in close combat, I decide his BSB probably has a 1-up armor save, probably has some sort of ward save. That's what I'm guessing, right? Because I have no idea yet, because we play closed lists. And so I do Unholy Strike on this guy. And not only do I hit and wound and negate his armor save because of strength 10, but yeah, I'm like, all right, cool, go for it. And he's got a 4-up ward save. Respectable, kind of saw that coming. So he rolls it, and he rolls a 4. And I'm like, or a 6 or something like that. And I'm like, all right, cool. Other Trickster Shard. Math says I should get you. No, screw math. I hate math. I've always hated math. Screw it. So he makes it no problem, and he's able to put a wound on my Demon Prince. So he negates everything because he can make a 4-up ward save twice, because math is broken. I hate math. That's why I don't trust Math Hammer. I gotta quit using it. So I do nothing, he does a wound, he wins combat, doesn't care. He doesn't make the mistake that I would have made, then turn to face, though, so that's nice. Over here is where I figure out he has a Dragon Helm. I end up doing like 4 or 5 wounds to him, too, which is glorious. He makes 4 of his armor saves, and then the last couple he makes with his ward save. And that's when we realize, oh yeah, I have flaming attacks, and let me guess, you have the Dragon Helm. He goes, yep. I'm like, cool, I can't hurt you at all. Never mind. I don't enjoy the free points. Somebody punch me in the face as hard as they can, because it's just fucking ridiculous. I'm just so mad at myself. Even now, it's been a couple of days, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, how stupid am I? Well, apparently very stupid, because I did something like this. I've been playing entirely too long to be making mistakes like this. I don't know if I was just tired or complacent or complacently tired. I don't know, but oh my god, just realizing what I've done here. I literally want to go into a bad part of the neighborhood and just tell them all that I'm racist and just let them open fire on me or something. Which, by saying that, is kind of a racist remark, and I apologize. But whatever. Why not? I'm on a roll, right? So we go to bottom of 3 after movement, and as you can see, there's been a little bit. His trolls turn to face to watch the Skull Crushers get mutilated by the by his Demon Prince, and yeah, that's really about it, because everything else is in combat or dead. Yeah, we go straight into combat, and as you can see, I can't hurt him, and he puts 2 wounds through on me. I'm steadfast and stay. Meanwhile, over here, the BSB once again makes his ward saves, both of them. He rolls a 5 and a 4, and then he puts another wound on me. It's deja vu. He might as well have a 1-up arm or a ward save. Yeah. So we go to top of 4 after movement, and I toy with the idea of charging my chariots into the trolls, and I, at the last minute, decide it's not a good idea. I also thought about sending Saval into the flank just to give me the extra combat res and make it so that he couldn't turn. I was like, you know what, if I put my chariots into the rear and I put Saval into the flank, that's what, 5 combat, or no, charge, rear, flank, so it's 4 combat res right off the bat. That's not terrible to his 2 ranks, so it's 2 combat res. Maybe I can get a few wounds through. He'll only have a few pukes. Throg will probably come to the back. Maybe I can beat on him a little bit. I really don't know. I thought about it, and then I realized I was going to have to charge my chariots through the forest. And that was a calculated risk, too, because if he loses combat by even 1, he's not steadfast, which is kind of a bonus. So it's like, do I do it? Do I not? In the end, I decided against it. And I regretted it until you ever not decide to do something and roll the dice anyway? Well, I did the dangerous terrain checks for both chariots, and I rolled snake eyes. So I instantly thought it was the right decision. Whether or not it was, I guess we'll never know, but that's how I justify my cowardice. Meanwhile, my Corn Warriors and my Tzeentch Knights actually make it into combat. They both make their charges, and they slam into the Juggernauts, and I'm like, yes, finally, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be able to crush this unit, get a ton of points. Maybe if I can figure out how to take out his demon prince, I don't even have to worry about the trolls. Maybe I don't even have to worry about the trolls. I just kill off everything else and then just dance around it for the rest of the game, and awesome. So there's a better picture of my Zinch Knights and my Khorne Warriors slamming into his Juggernauts to try to bail out my Demon Prince. And during my magic phase, on a whim, I get Infernal Gateway off on his trolls, and I do like 2 wounds. It's nothing. The resulting miscast 4 almost takes the ball off the table. Luckily, he rolls a 5, or I roll a 5, and he stays, but I lose D6 dice from the power pool, and I'm able to ward save his strength 10 hit. So really nothing negative happens, but nothing really positive happens either. His resulting Warp Flame, he ends up failing it, and he takes 2 more wounds, one of which he regens, the other one, it pops a base. Right here, I take 3 wounds on my Skull Crushers. I do end up staying, but I'm just so fucking mad at myself about this, I can't even begin to tell you. And then we go into this combat. Yeah, I don't even know what to tell you. I am able, with Unholy Strike, to do 2 wounds to his BSB. He finally fails a ward save. Didn't have to re-roll it. He just rolled a natural 1. He's Khorne, so he doesn't get to re-roll it. So he died, or he took 2 wounds on his BSB. I wasn't able to soul feed or anything. I don't think he was able to hurt me or anything like that. So that was a bonus. But my BSB, my Knight that could attack, and all my Khorne Warriors attack, and I think I kill 1 Skull Crusher. Because he makes all of his saves, except for a few. Yeah. However, he takes out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. 10. I think it's 10. Yeah, 10 of my Khorne Warriors. Might be 11. I don't know. I'm just so... Ugh. He hit with all but 2 attacks and wounded with all but 2 with the Skull Crushers, and at -3 because of the Razor Standard, I got no armor save whatsoever on my warriors, and so every wound that he did, he killed a guy. I don't know what I did wrong. I've been on vacation, so it's not like I'm even going to work and pissing anyone off. I don't know what I did or what karma I have to deal with or whatever it is, but literally the next orphanage I drive past, I'm burning it to the ground. I'm going to chain all the doors and windows, and I'm going to burn it to the ground, and I'm going to spit in Fate's face. Because, hey, if I'm going to be punished for the crime, I'm going to commit that son of a bitch. I'm so tired of this. So yeah, I lose this combat. Not only do I lose this combat, but I lose it by an impressive amount, like 3. Luckily, both units are able to make their break checks thanks to the VSB and the Demon Prince being right there, but can you friggin' believe this? Worst luck in the world. Seriously, worst luck in the world right now. My opponents, I don't know. Today was the day to play me, because holy God, not only am I making rookie mistakes, but I am taking it like a whore. A whore that's going to get paid, though, and so you gotta have respect for me. But enough of my whining. Here's bottom of 4 after movement, and it gets better because now the trolls are in the rear of the Skull Crushers. Oh, me. Yep. The trolls have slammed hard into the back of the Skull Crushers, and you know what you do when you're behind something on all 4s, right? That's right, you puke all over it until it drowns in your own bile and semi-digested foods. What did you think I was going to say? Y'all got to get your head out of gutter. These are Nurgle guys, not Slaanesh. So, yeah, the Skull Crushers don't do anything because he's got a 2-up ward save, and I'm stupid. So the trolls, Throg, everybody has a joyous, joyous time and pukes my Skull Crushers into submission, and it's glorious. Over here in combat, I swing with Unholy Strike, I hit, I wound, he makes his 4-up ward save twice once again. He hits and wounds my Demon Prince once, and then his Demonic Mount hits and wounds my Demon Prince, and I don't make any of my saves, and I die. I just, yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing. I don't even know how I could have done any of this differently. Over here, I think I kill another Skull Crusher. During his magic phase, he was able to get off Curse of the Leper on him, so I do need 6s to wound him. So I do feel a little bit more justified in the ass whooping I'm receiving. But the rest of my Corn Warriors get killed. They don't do anything. I think my character and my knights are able to take down another Skull Crusher, and that's just, I was rolling pretty well. But I end up losing this combat. I break, the knights get run down, and while my Exalted Hero does get away by an inch or so, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's over. Due to the crying that I was doing, I forgot to take a picture at top of turn 5, so I apologize. I was just distraught, defeated, morally destroyed. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, and the sad part is, other than the Skull Crushers, I'm not doing anything wrong. It's just both of my opponents this day were just there was no ward save that they would not make, no armor save that was too difficult. If they needed to make it, they would make it. So all I could think was, it was just my turn to lose, and I hate taking turns. I really, really do. So to get back into the battle report, in my magic phase, again, I random Hail Mary Infernal Gateway onto his Demon Prince, and I'm able to kill his Demon Prince with Infernal Gateway. And believe it or not, Saval does roll in the Eye of God's chart and gets +1 to his armor save, which doesn't mean anything, so it becomes a 7. And re-rolling a to hit, to wound, or an armor save or a save isn't really going to help Saval, because if he's in combat, I have failed. Then we go into this combat over here with the trolls. Because I've got nothing else to lose, both chariots and a Mutalith charge into the trolls. I put 15 wounds in total. 15 wounds in total I put on his trolls. He regens, on a 4-up, he regens 13 out of 15 regen saves. Fuck my life. I don't even care if I've sworn. 13 out of 15 regen saves is made. Not only do I lose this combat, well, my beast dies. My Corn Chariot takes some wounds. My Tzeentch Chariot's okay, I guess. But I lose this combat after I do 15 wounds to the trolls and a regen 13. So all you people out there that are like, oh, math hammer, math hammer, math hammer. Yeah, I need you to go take a lava bath right now, because while math might say one thing, reality says go F yourself. 13 out of 50. Me and my opponent were both looking at each other. My opponent apologized. I was like, what are you apologizing for? I'm trying to do it to you. You're just resisting. If it helps, I did make a bunch of regen saves for my Mutalith, but he did end up just getting killed. Throg is a son of a bitch. What can I tell you? But yeah. The resulting break check, my Corn Chariot does get away, my Tzeentch Chariot gets run down, the Mutalith just dies in combat, and since Saval was within 6 inches, and he is 4 less to his leadership because of the Skull of Catan, he panics and flees, which is totally fine. I really don't care at this point. But this is the part that hurts the most. My beast died, and that sucks. Yeah. It always sucks when the beast dies. But yeah, here's where the trolls end up after pursuing. They get a hold of the Tzeentch Chariot, and they don't get a hold of the Corn Chariot. They just miss him, so that's kind of funny. And there's a better picture of Saval just saying, screw this, I'm out. The guy who was paying me died like 2 turns ago. I'm out of here. So here's bottom of 5 after movement, and yeah, I did forget to mention that my Corn hero was able to rally last turn. I wish he hadn't. I wish he had fled, because that'd have been funnier. But he didn't. He's a trooper. He turned. Meanwhile, the trolls charge the Corn Chariot and catch him. Because that's par for the course. There's a better picture of Throg triumphantly standing on top of the defeated Khorne chariot as it tries to flee away from him in cowardly fleeing motions, or something of that genre. But yeah, we posed him on top of the Khorne chariot just to show everybody we're still having a pretty good time. And it's actually turned into a pretty badass picture. I might hold on to this for a little while. Over here, there's the Skull Crushers getting a hold of the one guy they weren't able to kill yet because, well, you know, they believe in a clean slate. In combat, my Khorne warrior does end up dying. I do drink from the chalice in this situation because I'm figuring, maybe I'll get a demon prince out of the deal or something. Who knows? But no, I roll a 5. Killing blow. Yeah, that'd have been useful against anything else. So, literally, rolling a 1 would have been more useful than rolling a 5. But it figures, right? I mean, if you were going to do something to really screw me over, do that. So that's kind of funny, but yeah, he ends up getting just cut down. It's not even close. It's not even near close. He gets killed, and at this point, we go to top of 6. I don't rally with Savant because he's got a leadership 4 right now. He flees off the table, and that's it. I'm tabled top of 6. I believe it's top of 6. Yeah, top of 6. I'm tabled. So that's what the board looks like at the end of the game. And both of us are just looking at each other like, that couldn't have gone any better for you, huh? Well, I guess it could have if the Marauder Horseman hadn't died, but hey, he had to give me something, right? But we'll get to the recap in a minute, because right now it's time for a quick timeout. Tokens, fellas. Tokens. Wound counters, augment markers, hex markers, every status, ailment, and effect you can think of, from not being able to move to the lore attributes to the lore hexes and bonuses that they provide. Everything that you can think of that you could need a marker for, that we use dice for, Token Grail makes the tokens. Send her an email, tell her what you need. Any gaming system, from Magic the Gathering to Infinity to Malifaux to 40k to Fantasy, whatever you need tokens for, she will make them, and they come out they're flawless. Look at them. They're the glass beads. They magnify the words in the picture, so they're really easy to see from, the tabletop and everything like that. They're a lot more accurate than dice, and they're dirt cheap, guys. She sells them for less than $10 a kit. Dirt cheap prices, solid gold quality. Totally worth it. Send her an email, get yourself some tokens. The only request that I make is that if you are overseas, if you're outside of America, before you send her an email, you have to understand that shipping prices are through the roof. So as long as you're okay with paying like $30+ shipping fees, don't send her an email, because it's just going to waste both your times. But if you are in America or you don't mind high shipping fees, then by all means, send her an email, get yourself some tokens. Totally worth it. So after the dust settled, I lose. I got tabled again. 2 games, 2 tablings. I'm starting to get used to getting spanked. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe I'm getting a taste for it. I don't even know what to tell you. I ended up losing everything. That's what tabled means. My opponent lost his Marauder Horseman, his Demon Prince because of the Infernal Gateway from left field, and a Chaos Sorcerer. That's pretty much it. Once again, I couldn't get past his armor and ward saves, and my own stupidity. Charging his Demon Prince with the Flaming Attack Crushers was about as stupid of a mood as I could have made. I will literally kick myself about that for days, and the good thing is I shouldn't do it again. The bad thing is I probably will, and I'll record it and put it on here and be like, I can't believe I did it again. And you guys will be like, you're retarded. And yeah, you would be right. His Death Star Crushers couldn't be hurt. They literally had kryptonite armor wrapped in anti-win. It was unbelievable. Everything I did to the BSB and to those warriors, there's Crushers, they just would not be stopped. And it is what it is. It's a rock hard list, and I'm looking forward to fighting it again. But holy God, those trolls! 13 out of 15 regen saves, 4 up saves. Math says no. Math says that's not going to happen, and if it does happen, you better look for a twin-tailed comet in the sky because that's how unlikely it is to occur. Reality says go fuck yourself. I do what I want, math. Yeah, that's what math says, or that's what reality says to math. And you know what? That's what I'm going to start saying to math too, because whatever. There's nothing I could have done there. If you're gonna roll hot like that, like I said, you're gonna have a demon prince on a dragon that's sitting on top of a super manticore from a mountain chimera or something like that, and it still wouldn't matter. It still wouldn't matter because you can't get past their armor and their ward saves. But he's still one of my favorite opponents. I still like my list. I am starting to toy with just changing things out a little bit because I do know I'm weak in some areas. And that's my own fault. Nothing to say about my army or anything like that. It's just me. The generalship is poor. But it was still a great game. We had a lot of laughs, mostly at my expense. But hey, you got to take as much as you give, right? And I'm looking forward to the rematch. But yeah, guys, welcome to My Pain Part 2. That'll do it for Battle Report number 77. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, because believe it or not, I did enjoy the game. I always enjoy playing Warhammer. I might bitch and moan and whine during the battle reports, but during the game, I only bitch and whine and moan a little bit, and usually my opponents don't care because I'm giving it up so sweet. So sweet. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, put them in the comment section below, and I will get back to them as soon as I can. But yeah, guys, thanks.